Meghan Trainor and Daryl Sabara are getting a closer look at what life feels like with three little ones, and their latest family getaway offered a pretty revealing reminder of just how strongly the kids take after their dad. On Sunday, August 16th, Trainor, 32, shared a series of photos from the family's recent camping trip to Lake Tahoe, California, captioning the Instagram carousel, "Lake Tahoe Trip Part 1. The photos gave followers a glimpse of sons Riley, 5, and Barry, 3, along with daughter Mikey, who was born in January. And there was one detail that immediately stood out. All three children have bright red hair, making their resemblance to Sabara, 34, hard to miss. Trainor has clearly noticed the family resemblance too. In fact, she has joked before that Sabara's genes seem to be winning the competition. The first two I was like, oh man, they were in me, so what happened? Trainor quipped on an April episode of the Not Gonna Lie podcast. But Mikey, she explained, has given her at least one reason to feel like she finally has a little look-alike of her own. But this girl, sometimes everyone lately has been saying, oh my god, this one's actually Meghan. She has Meghan's eyes. She has my grumpy RBF face, which is resting bitch face, and so I've been like, this one's mine. According to Trainor, that change in the family resemblance was not exactly easy for Sabara to accept. He's actually so used to hearing like, oh my god, the kid's like just like you, that for once he's like, no, she doesn't, Trainor said. She then turned the situation into a joke about just how much attention Sabara gets for being the obvious genetic match. I'm like, oh, you upset, bro? Imagine getting cut open and people going, did you even do anything? You're not allowed to be upset about this one. Behind the playful family teasing, however, Mikey's arrival came after a much more complicated decision. Trainor and Sabara welcomed their daughter through a surrogate earlier this year. The singer later opened up to podcast host Kylie Kelsey about why carrying another pregnancy herself had become difficult. There's a lot of heartbreak and big decision-making to do, and I was struggling with my health and almost towards an autoimmune disease, Trainor explained. She said her previous pregnancies had also taken a toll on her body, particularly because her babies were always positioned sideways. There were so many conversations back and forth, and then we were like, the safest way is to do it through a surrogate, because also my babies are always sideways. I was just like, my body's still not recovered from the other ones. Even after deciding that a gestational carrier was the safest option, Trainor said the experience brought its own difficult emotions. She admitted she felt scared and jealous about not being the person physically carrying her daughter. And because she described Sabara as a control freak too, the uncertainty was especially difficult for both of them. My husband's a control freak too, so every day when we knew she was alive in someone else, we were like, is she okay? You go cuckoo, you go crazy, Trainor said. Ultimately, she said the experience became much easier because of the relationship they developed with their surrogate. There's so much that goes into it, but we had an amazing surrogate who was so good to us and texted us everything, and we got to talk all the time. I was worried I was bugging her too much, and she was just a champ. Now, with Mikey home and the family of 5 enjoying moments like their Lake Tahoe camping trip, Trainor seems to be embracing a new chapter, one where 3 children are keeping her busy, while at least one of them is finally giving her husband some competition in the family resemblance department.